actually going to talk about entertaining today. I'm always amazed when I go to people's houses or when I have people come over and they're going to help me set the table or they're setting their tables, and they often ask, how exactly do I set a formal table? Which may seem kind of silly. Some of you already know, and this is a waste of your time, but many of you do not actually know where to put things when you want to have a nice dinner. So I'm going to actually show you the proper way to set a table and also give you some fun ideas for maybe a theme party. One of the things that I like to do in my own house personally is not spend a lot of money on dressing up my table. If I can find a beautiful tablescape out of things around the house, the yard, being creative, all the better. So I'm going to show you some things that actually came from my house and from my yard, and how I'm going to make a really cool, we're going to do a wine-themed dinner today. So to start with, the way you start a proper table is with something called a charger. Okay, this is an oversized plate that is not meant to be eaten on. It's just a decorative plate. And you can pick these up for a couple of dollars. I see these at like the Goodwill or a resale store all the time. But even if you go to a regular store, you can buy them in plastic, in glass, in metal, and they're not very expensive. And you really don't need to have a tablecloth or placemat or anything like that if you don't want to. You just put a charger down on your table, you're good to go. All right, next is your dinner plate, obviously. So unless you're going to be serving a meal where you're having the food brought in, this is how you would still set your table. And even if you want to do it that way, it's nice to have the guests come in and see everything all set up, and then you can take the plate away later to serve. So dinner plate goes down. Okay, after the dinner plate is a salad plate. And I love to take different shapes, different patterns, and do it. Matchy-matchy is not my thing. So if you have a set and it all looks, and goes together, great, use it. But if you don't worry about it. It's going to look beautiful. All right, so now on top of this, you can either do a few different things. You can put your napkin on top, which I'm actually going to do, just like this. And now, another thing that you can do, or you don't have to do, is serve, if you're going to serve a little something fun, I'm going to do a little fun little bowl of grapes, since this is a wine-themed dinner. So I'm going to start that by doing something. I'm going to show you what I use all the time in catering. These are collard greens. You buy these in the produce department. They're fantastic. They're super thick, heavy. They don't wilt like maybe a normal piece of leaf lettuce would, which a lot of times you see on platters. We use these for garnishing our vegetable platters, our food trays, our fruits, whatever. And look at how beautiful these leaves are. These giant collard greens. You snip off the end, and you can line your platters with them. They're fantastic, and they look really pretty. I'm just going to pull off some of this small little piece. I'm going to line a little bowl like this with it, and then you're going to see what we're going to do a little bit later. But that's going to go right here. All right, next, silverware. Everybody screws up the silverware. I'm going to show you the right way to do it, okay? Fork, dinner fork, biggest one, is going to go closest to the plate. You're always going to eat from outside in, so that's kind of how you want to think about it. So the first courses that you serve and eat, you're going to grab those first. The last things you eat are closest to the plate, because as you eat, you take the fork away, and then you have the next one ready to go. So here's our dinner fork, and next to the dinner fork is our salad fork, okay? Simple. Next to the plate on the other side with the cutting edge in is your knife. And then at a formal dinner, we're going to assume that we're serving a soup or some kind of appetizer that you could use a spoon. And it's the soup spoon that would go here. If you're absolutely not going to serve a soup, you can just put your teaspoon there. But typically in a fancy meal, if you're going to have a dessert, what you would do is serve the teaspoon up here, and your dessert fork is up here. So this is dessert. End of the meal is up on top. All right? We have a little place card, and because we are serving a wine-themed meal, we're going to use corks, which I simply cut a slit in the top of my cork, and that's where our place card would go. Bread and butter plate, should always have a bread and butter plate or a side plate that people can put things they don't want, and that goes above the forks, just like this. And if you're going to serve a butter knife, that would be laid right across the plate like that. All right, glasses. Water goblets or water glass goes right above the knife. And then your wine glass goes right below above the spoon. And if you're going to serve red and white wine, it goes biggest to smallest, so the red wine would go first, the white wine would go second. And this is your basic table setting. Simple, and everyone has the proper place, and as you serve and as you eat, you take things away. It's sort of rude to ask your guests to keep their forks. And so, you know, we don't, unless you have a shortage of forks, take it away, clean it, and if they need a new one, give it back to them, okay? Now I'm going to take you in the other room. We're going to show you a beautiful table all set up and done with some other little fun tricks for making a really fun party. See you in the other room. Okay, so here we are at our very simple but elegant little tablescape. I didn't go all out super duper crazy. Simply everything's done the same way as you can see, and I tried to keep color scheme in mind. So I have the green chargers, I have the plates with the pretty purple and theme going on. Purple is for wine. I also decided that why not make a vase out of the wine bottle? Had a wine bottle sitting around. All I did was go into my yard and chop up some branches and get some flowers and stuck them in the wine bottle. Super easy. I'm sure you're going to have a wine-themed dinner. You're going to have some wine. So you open it up a little early and you get the party started. You'll have a wine bottle to use. These are just some candles that I had around the house. You could put them in anything you want. You could put them on little decorative plates. You can, I'm sure you have candle holders around. Really easy. This, like I told you, is my little starter for everybody. They're going to sit down. They're going to have some grapes, some cheese, and some crackers, and you can nibble on that while they're waiting for the meal. And I am pretty much good to go. That's high. Obviously, that's a little high. You're probably going to want to move it once dinner starts, and replace it with a beautiful basket of bread. That does happen, but you want to start your table with something pretty as a centerpiece that's eye-catching. And again, it's keeping with our themes. We've got our corks for the place cards, as I showed you before. We're all set for our wine, and we're ready for a party. So don't be afraid. Go around your house, find some things that you like. If you're out and about at some thrift stores, pick up some fun, pretty dishes that you want to have. Mix and match. Keep it fun. Just, get your place settings right and have a good time, and don't stress about it. Until next time, thanks a lot.